What's up, everybody? James with the Texas Night Owl podcast. I wanted to take a couple of minutes with you all today to check out some really cool new gear that I just received from Rockville. So, Rockville is a company I discovered while pricing podcast gear. I decided that I wanted to go with a bundle, or at least start with bundles that I might be able to find online while shopping. And one of the first companies that popped up was Rockville. So I was looking specifically for a four-person setup. The pretty much the idea that I had for the work that I'll be doing will consist of four people or less during any given podcast episode. So I was very pleased to find Rockville four-person podcast setup, and let me talk about everything that comes with it. So essentially, imagine everything times four that you would need. You got four sets of headphones, four dynamic microphones, and four sets of cables, both for the headphones, your XLR cables for the microphones, and also patch cables. 8-channel mixer, which is really cool. So if you ever wanted to have more than, four, you could have up to 8. I don't anticipate that, but it's nice that it's an option given the gear that comes with the bundle. Also, the interface. Now, the interface is a one-channel, so everything is coming out of the mixer into a one-channel interface. That goes obviously to the Mac, where we do the recording. And it also comes, I should not fail to mention, it comes with these really cool little desk mic stands and pop filter. I went ahead and bought these other, touching it is kind of a dumb idea, but I just did. These little pop filters that go over the mic. And so what's really cool about that is between the pop filter that comes with the bundle and the pop filter that I added on, the P and the B sounds are very smooth. There was a slight subtlety I noticed to adding the pop filter in addition to the one they sent with it. And so very pleased with all of it. I'm trying to think. It comes with so much stuff that I'm trying to be really mindful that I don't leave anything out. Also comes with hard shell cases for all of your microphones and the headphones. Excuse me. The headphones I'm really pleased with. They're very comfortable and they have a great sound. I wasn't really sure what to expect given the price of the gear because it's pretty affordably priced for everything that it comes with. I paid $324.95 for this entire bundle, and I thought it'd be really cool to have the boxes out here so you could kind of get an idea of how I felt when it came. It felt like Christmas. Having all this stuff was really cool. I've been excited about doing a podcast for a long time, and so now that it's here, we can get rolling. I am remiss to not mention one of the best parts about this gear is shipped from New York. So if you're like me and you're from Texas and you're shipping from out of New York, you pay no sales tax. That's very cool. Also, the delivery was also free. So they make it pretty hard for you not to at least give it a try. And they got a good return policy. I believe it was a 30-day return policy. I probably don't remember because I don't have no intention of returning my gear because I'm very pleased with it. But if any of you are thinking of starting your own podcast or you want to start your own podcast, I can't think of a better bundle that I've seen. And believe me, I did a lot of research. This was about the most affordable one I could find. And I guess the only thing that kind of made me think twice was the fact that I've never heard of Rockville. There's a lot of gear out there, and it's much higher end gear by companies that are way more established and have been out there for a long time. So if you've got your company and your brand that's really tried and true, and you don't want to venture, then I think pretty much everybody understands that. But if you're like me and you're a newbie to this, and you are looking for good, functional, reliable gear that can get the job done, I really couldn't speak better about Rockville and what I got out of it. So That's pretty much it. I wanted to kind of get a view, that's why we have this particular camera angle, so you can see the way I have it set up is, I've got my little mixer here, and, I've got, of course, the patch cables in between, the mixer and the interface going to the laptop. Here's my little, four channel headphone amp. I love this little amp. It's like most other amps I've ever used, where pretty much you just have the control knob. That's it, all the EQing and everything else happens, outside of the amp. This is just for volume, so you can monitor whatever it is you're hearing. I found it really cool to set it up on this table, because I noticed when I was setting up and tearing down that it was kind of, things get messy, wires get crossed, and, so just having this little table, I can kind of separate them and just leave it here. When I'm done, I unplug everything, leave this here. So my setup and tear down time is already, way less, which is nice. Your 8-channel mixer here runs stereo or mono. If you're running 8 channels, you're going to be in mono. I'm only running 4, so I'm in stereo. I only ever plan on running 4, so I have the luxury of, running in stereo. The interface, like I said, it's a 1-channel interface, and it works. If I really, I guess, it would be ideal to run a 4-channel interface, because if you had a 4-channel interface, then you can run each individual mic that you're recording out onto its own track. So your editing really is a lot, easier if you're having an issue with one person who talks kind of loud or another person who talks too softly. My way of dealing with that is just to spend a lot more time during pre-production getting a good, solid level from each person and trying to anticipate, the fluctuation. Now, obviously, I run compression. However, if you got 4 different voices at 4 different times coming through one track, your compression, I'm sure a lot of engineers are out there going, dude, you're an idiot. Maybe you're right. But I find that essentially it's something I can work around, and I can get a quality that's passable to me, and and passable for me is good, that it means that it sounds good. So, however, if there was one thing I was going to upgrade, I think it would probably be that first. But there again, for what I got for the money and being able to start this up and just hit the ground running, I totally think it's something I can work with, and, certainly wasn't a deal breaker. I'm very pleased with everything. The quality's good. The functionality, I've had no problems. Everything arrived in good condition. Be aware, if you're ordering from Rockville, that they may do what they did in my particular case, was they separated the order, I guess, because there was so much stuff, they couldn't fit it all into one box. So what happened was I got all of the gear one day, and then about, I think, 3 days later, it might have even been a little bit, 3 days, in the neighborhood of 3 days later, I received my headphones and the headphone amp separately. Now, this ended up being a good thing, because initially my reaction was, they forgot my headphones, they forgot my headphone amp, No, they just had to separate it and ship it separately. So the only thing to be aware of, I guess, is if you're in a real hurry to get it. Now, I am not very experienced with ordering a lot of stuff online, so if there was a rush feature, I wasn't aware of it. I looked for one, I didn't see one. It took a little longer than I would have cared for, but that's not saying much, because I was in a hurry. I was anxious. So if you're in a real hurry to get it, maybe just establish that on, when you're on the phone with them, and talk to the operator. And obviously, I think, like with most stuff, you can track it. But it is free shipping, so can't really complain. All in all, I'm very pleased with this gear. I think Rockville has done a wonderful job, and I think that a lot of people are going to probably look to this company to start up their podcasts, because of the affordability and the functionality and the ease of the equipment. I think it's an absolutely great place to start. So I hope this has helped you guys. My name is James, and I'm the host of the Texas Night Owl podcast, which is one of the newest podcasts to be coming out of Texas. you can look for episodes of that'll be happening towards the end of February. And we'll be having a couple of separate tutorials here, our rig rundowns, whatever you want to call it, because we didn't go a lot into the technical aspect. It's mainly just highlighting the gear. But I'll be taking another couple of episodes to talk about the cameras I'm using, the software, and pretty much just how I go about it. So look for more episodes. Please like and subscribe. I hope this gave you a good insight as to what Rockville has to offer. And thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.